Hello, and welcome to Safe Haven Radio. Thank you so much for taking time from your busy day to be here with us. I know many of you are watching this because you're feeling mentally exhausted from social media. That constant pull to check your phone, the endless scrolling that leaves you feeling empty, or the crushing weight of comparing yourself to everyone else's highlight reels. You might be wondering if there's something wrong with you for feeling this way. Let me assure you right now, there isn't. What you're experiencing is a very real neurological response that millions of people around the world are struggling with. Today, we're going to explore the neuroscience of digital wellness and evidence-based recovery from social media exhaustion. We'll look at groundbreaking research that reveals what's actually happening in your brain when you use social media, and more importantly, I'll share scientifically proven strategies that can help you reclaim your mental wellness. Please remember that while these techniques have helped many people, everyone's situation is unique. If you're experiencing severe depression or anxiety, it's important to seek support from a mental health professional. There's no shame in getting help, it's actually a sign of strength. What I want you to know is that recovery is possible. Your brain has an incredible ability to heal and adapt, and even small changes can make a meaningful difference. So let's take this journey together, at your own pace, with no pressure or judgment. You don't have to implement everything perfectly. Just being here, listening, and considering these ideas is already a positive step forward. Now, let's dive into what the latest scientific research tells us about social media and our brains. A major meta-analysis published in 2024, which synthesized data from 64 different studies involving over 28,000 participants, revealed something fascinating. The researchers found that social media fatigue isn't just about being tired, it's actually a complex neurological phenomenon involving multiple brain systems. The study identified three primary drivers: information overload, compulsive use patterns, and social comparison behaviors. What's particularly interesting is what recent EEG brain mapping studies have shown us. When researchers at a major research institution monitored people's brainwaves while they used social media, they discovered that prolonged engagement with emotionally charged content actually disrupts our normal cognitive recovery patterns. Specifically, they found changes in delta and theta brainwaves that serve as neural markers for mental exhaustion. This means your brain is literally showing measurable signs of fatigue that go beyond just feeling tired. Perhaps the most concerning finding comes from research on dopamine regulation. Multiple studies from research institutions have demonstrated that excessive social media use causes what scientists call dopamine dysregulation. Here's what happens. When you're constantly stimulated by likes, comments, and new content, your brain gets flooded with dopamine. To protect itself, your brain actually starts to down-regulate its own dopamine production and reduces the number of dopamine receptors. This creates a deficit that manifests as depression, anxiety, low motivation, and that empty feeling you might experience even when you're not on social media. The impact on our attention spans has been particularly dramatic. A comprehensive study spanning from 2004 to 2024 revealed that our average concentration ability has plummeted from 2.5 minutes to just 47 seconds. That's not a typo, 47 seconds. This decline is directly correlated with increased smartphone and social media use. Cross-sectional studies from late 2024 and early 2025 involving 217 participants confirmed that low self-esteem scores are strongly associated with intense social network use and symptoms of both depression and anxiety. Young adults are especially vulnerable during identity development stages, when social validation plays such a crucial role in self-concept formation. But here's the hopeful part, and this is really important: research has also shown that our brains can recover. Studies indicate that when people abstain from social media for at least 4 weeks, their dopamine receptors begin to resensitize. Brain imaging research has confirmed these changes at the neurological level, showing improved melatonin production, normalized stress hormone levels, and restored reward pathways. A systematic review from 2024 found that participants who limited their social media use to just 30 minutes daily experienced significantly greater life satisfaction, reduced stress levels, and improved sleep quality within only 2 weeks. This isn't about completely cutting yourself off from the digital world, it's about finding a healthy balance that allows your brain to function optimally. Now, let me share some practical, scientifically backed methods that can help protect your mind from social media fatigue. These aren't just random suggestions, each one is based on rigorous research and has been shown to be effective in clinical studies. First, let's talk about the 30-minute protocol. Research has consistently shown that limiting daily social media use to 30 minutes total maintains the benefits of social connection while preventing dopamine dysregulation. I know 30 minutes might sound impossibly short, especially if you're currently spending hours on these platforms. Start where you are. If you're using social media for 3 hours a day, try cutting it to 2 hours for the first week, then gradually reduce it. Use your phone's built-in app limiters or download apps that can help you track and limit your usage. Set a timer when you open social media, and when it goes off, close the app. It might feel uncomfortable at first, that's your brain adjusting to lower dopamine stimulation, and it's actually a sign that the process is working. Next, implement what researchers call a digital sunset. This means no screens for 2 hours before bedtime. Studies have confirmed that this practice allows melatonin production to normalize, improving sleep quality by up to 40%. Place your phone in another room, not just on your nightstand with the screen face down. The mere presence of your phone, even when it's off, can trigger anticipatory stress responses. Use an analog alarm clock instead of your phone. During those 2 hours, engage in calming activities like reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, doing gentle stretches, or having a conversation with someone you live with. Here's a technique I find particularly powerful, the comparison interrupt method. Research shows that upward social comparisons are one of the primary mechanisms linking social media use to depression. When you catch yourself comparing your life to someone else's posts, immediately engage in a grounding exercise. Name 5 things you can see around you, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can physically touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This 5-4-3-2-1 technique interrupts the neural pathway that leads to negative self-evaluation and brings you back to your present reality, which is often much more peaceful than the comparative thoughts in your mind. Schedule regular dopamine reset periods. Research indicates that weekly 24-hour complete social media breaks allow partial dopamine receptor resensitization. Mark it on your calendar, maybe every Sunday, or whatever day works best for you. During these breaks, it's crucial to engage in activities that provide natural, healthy dopamine release. Go for a walk in nature. Studies show that just 20 minutes in green spaces can significantly reduce cortisol levels. Meet a friend in person. Face-to-face interaction releases oxytocin, which counteracts the stress effects of social media. Work on a creative project, cook a new recipe, play with a pet, or engage in moderate exercise. These activities help your brain remember that joy and satisfaction can come from sources other than your phone. For those ready for more significant change, consider the 4-week recovery protocol. Research shows that 4 weeks of either complete abstinence or limiting use to just 10 minutes daily allows for substantial dopamine system recovery and reward pathway normalization. This might feel daunting, but remember, your brain adapted to social media, and it can adapt back to a healthier state. If 4 weeks feels impossible, start with 1 week. Any reduction is beneficial. During this time, you might experience what some researchers call connection withdrawal, feelings of loneliness, boredom, or anxiety. These are temporary and typically peak around day 3 to 5 before gradually improving. Having a support system or accountability partner can make a huge difference during this period. Let me also share platform-specific strategies. Research has identified certain platforms as particularly harmful for mental health. Image-heavy platforms that emphasize appearance and lifestyle comparisons tend to have the strongest negative effects. If you must use social media, prioritize text-based platforms or those focused on specific interests rather than personal presentation. When you do engage, practice active, purposeful use rather than passive scrolling. Set an intention before opening an app. Maybe you want to message a specific friend or check on a particular group. Once you've completed that task, close the app. To summarize what we've discussed today. First, prolonged social media use causes measurable disruptions in your brainwaves and cognitive function. Second, dopamine downregulation from overstimulation directly creates symptoms of depression and anxiety. Third, limiting use to 30 minutes daily maintains social benefits while protecting your mental health. Fourth, a 4-week significant reduction allows your brain's reward system to reset and recover. Fifth, implementing a digital sunset 2 hours before bed can improve your sleep quality by 40%. Sixth, young adults face the highest vulnerability during identity formation, making boundaries even more crucial during these years. Remember, you're not weak for struggling with social media fatigue. Your brain is responding exactly as it's designed to when faced with supernormal stimuli engineered to be addictive. The fact that you're here, listening to this, shows that you're ready to take back control. Start small. Choose just one technique from today's discussion and try it for a week. Maybe it's the 30-minute limit, or the digital sunset, or the weekly 24-hour break. Whatever you choose, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Recovery isn't linear. You might have setbacks, and that's completely normal and okay. Your brain has remarkable plasticity. It can heal, adapt, and thrive when given the opportunity. The science is clear. Strategic digital boundaries aren't about depriving yourself. They're about reclaiming your mental wellness, your attention, your creativity, and your ability to find joy in the present moment. You deserve to feel mentally clear, emotionally balanced, and genuinely connected to the world around you, not through a screen, but through real, meaningful experiences. You can do this. Your life can feel different, lighter, more authentic. And it starts with one small step today. If today's content provided any support or value to you, please hit the like button. It helps others who are struggling find this information. And if you'd like to continue learning about evidence-based mental health strategies, please subscribe to Safe Haven Radio. We're here every week with new research and practical tools for your well-being. Please note that while this information is based on scientific research, it's not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment. If you're experiencing severe symptoms, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional. May your hearts feel a little lighter, and may you find peace in the present moment. Thank you so much for listening to Safe Haven Radio. Until next time, take care of yourselves.